What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm on the run. To my subs, thank you for riding along, figuratively and metaphorically, for the ride to 5,000. I finished up at the gym. I didn't leave right away, though. I had to grab a couple things before leaving here. Just mostly wiper fluid. You know, we getting all this snow and stuff, and my wiper fluid was running low as hell. Can't have no dirty windshield. And, you know, I'm sure you guys have figured out I drive a truck. I drive a Suburban, so I've got the back wiper too. I need that window to be clean, man. Like, for real. You gotta see out of the back of this mofo. So that had to be clean. But yeah, got that in there. It was cold as hell standing outside putting it in. I hated it, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do sort of person. So like it or love it, I'm always do what must be done. But let's get into the topic, man. I knew this was coming eventually. LeBron James, people are like, is he washed? Is he over the hill? Has Father Time finally caught up to him? You know, this is the stuff that people say when you have a little bit of a slump. But I mean, even with LeBron's slump, as you put it, he's still outperforming the majority of the people in the NBA. That's why I think that this is kind of a nothing burger here. He had an off game the other night, and you know, he had 10 points. Yeah, for him that's bad. It's happened before though. So that happening now, and people are asking if Father Time is caught up to him, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The dude is in season 22. If you followed him at all, or I guess that's kind of a telltale for if a person has or hasn't followed him. In 22 years, you guys don't think that he's ever had a bad game before, a 10-point game before? And no one would have said that when he was younger. He just had an off night. But now, about to be 40, right after Christmas? And now a 10-point game means that he's washed. I don't think he's washed. I still think he has a lot in the tank. He takes care of his body better than any other pro athlete I've ever seen, which is why his longevity has been what it is. You know, you take into account, I guess, they lost by 41 last night. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was a blowout. That was a really bad loss for them, but I still don't say he's washed because they lost by 41. The Lakers suck right now. There's no denying that. And I say that as a guy whose home team is the Pistons. They suck. But the Lakers, didn't the Pistons even beat the Lakers this season? You know what I mean? So if the Pistons, which, you know, it's the home team, so this isn't me trying to clown, but the Pistons are not great, and they beat the Lakers. So that pretty much sums up how bad the Lakers are. The team with LeBron James on it got beat by the Pistons, the team that last season had, didn't they have the worst record in the league? That was a hard season, man. I went to a bunch of games last season, and that was hard. I went to a bunch of games the season before last, and that was hard too, but at least I understood the assignment. They were trying to tank to get a better pick, and they once again got pick 5. I think we've had pick 5 3 years in a row. So this whole tanking thing, I don't think it really works, because if the highest possible pick that we can get is 5 and we keep getting 5, it really doesn't seem like it's a lottery. It seems like it's very much intentional. San Antonio just happened to get number 1 to get Wemby. You know, I don't even want to get into that, man. I don't even want to talk about that no more. That's gonna annoy me all over again. But as I were about LeBron and the Lakers just suck right now. I don't think it's in any way, shape, or form indicative of LeBron falling off a cliff. I think that the team is bad, and the 40-year-old guy isn't all that motivated to go out there and kill himself on a team where everybody sucks. When he was 30, would he have went out there killing himself on a team that sucks? Sure. When he was younger, remember when he was younger, he dragged that garbage-ass Cleveland team kicking and screaming to the finals. LeBron and a bunch of guys that we don't even know the names of, remember the names of, he took them to the finals, and he's done that a few times. But he's not that young anymore. He's an older guy, and even though he probably could perform, not quite the same as that, but in my opinion, pretty close. Why? When the team is ass. First of all, one of the mistakes that they're making is Bron shouldn't be getting the usage that he is. The guy that's 40 should not be the primary ball handler and facilitator. That's insane. You got other players on the team like D'Angelo Russell that are just bad, man. And I don't know what his deal is. I honestly don't, because he hasn't always been this bad, and he's kind of become bad and just doesn't seem to be interested at all in getting better. And in that kind of a problem with the NBA, you got bad players that have no interest in getting better. They start to get some money. They sign that second contract. That's a big one. For many of these players, that second contract is going to be the biggest one that they ever sign of their career. Because once they get that extension, that bag, they have no interest in trying to earn their keep afterwards. They just don't cruise control collecting a paycheck. And it shows. D'Angelo Russell, he just seemed like dude is just there to play, to get his check. You're not going to win a championship with him. You're not going to turn a bad team around with him. He's just not that guy. He's not somebody that's very motivated to do great. Obviously, I don't know the man personally. He can be a great guy, but as a basketball player, I can only go by what he shows. So I'm judging him based on what he's doing as a basketball player. This isn't a personal attack. I don't really attack any of these people personally, because who they are at home is usually a different person than they are when they're on the court. But on the court, these dudes, they're not very good. They got the one guy Kinnick and the one guy Reeves. They show flashes of doing something, but they're not very reliable. I mean, this is just a really bad team. AD has stepped up, sure, but he can be inconsistent as well. So the guy that is the most consistent is the dude that's about to turn 40. The one that sun up to sundown every day, year after year, that's going to be consistent, is about to turn 40. The rest of these guys that are much younger and much more athletic, they're not consistent, they're not reliable. And when the guy who is consistent, who's about to turn 40, finally is like, I'm starting to get a little tired of coming out here day in, day out, killing myself, leaving it all on the floor, and then we still end up losing because I'm the only one putting in this sort of effort. When that guy finally has had enough, and his play, which in my opinion reflects frustration with what's happening, not a lack of ability to compete. It expresses frustration. But now that he's scaled back some, he's falling off a cliff, man. No. This is not about that at all. LeBron has not fallen off of a cliff yet. Is he the same player that he was 10 years ago? Hell no. He's not even the same player he was 5 years ago. But he's still way more consistent than everybody else on his team, which is insane because dude is 40 years old. The 40-year-old guy should not be running circles around the dudes that are 20, 25, 30. He should not be running circles around them. He should not be outperforming them. Sure, natural talent is one thing, but work ethic matters as well, and the rest of these guys just don't seem like they want it enough. If you go out there and you lose by 41, that is a lack of effort. That's not Bron falling off of a cliff. That is a collective lack of effort. Because even if Bron goes out there and just, shows out, they still lose that game. Because no one else is doing much of anything. So this whole narrative that Bron is falling off. And I'm not a LeBron stan. Jordan is my GOAT. Let me go out there and make that known. Before you guys start thinking I'm some LeBron stan, I'm not. I like LeBron, but Jordan is my GOAT. I respect LeBron and everything that Bron has done for the game of basketball. He definitely is one of one. So you can still like a player and not stand for them. So this isn't me standing for Bron at all. This is just me simply giving him his flowers. And dude is still better than the majority of the players in the league, which is sad because at this point, isn't he the oldest dude in the league? I'm too competitive of a person. I don't know how you could be letting a guy that's that much older than you run circles around you, outwork you, outcompete you, all this sort of stuff. I just don't know how you could. I would be just... I'd be mad. If I was getting beat by 40-year-old Bron, I'd be mad as hell. Like, ain't no way. So they shouldn't have got blown out. If they lost, but they shouldn't have got blown out. That was a complete lack of effort. But it falls to Bron because he's the face of the team, which he shouldn't be. He should not be. But that's where we're at. Let me know what y'all think, man. Chime in with me on this. I don't talk about sports a whole lot. I only talk about sports when it's something like really significant because, I'm into sports, obviously. You guys know I'm very, very active, always been an athlete. So I love sports. I just don't make my channel entirely about it. But let me know what you guys think. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.